4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Hello and welcome to the Vegan Stephen podcast. Vegan Stephen podcast is a parody of a podcast. Vegan Stephen's a fictional character. All characters and events in this show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone. There you are. So don't be listening to it. It's very bold, and it's rude. It's rude. What's a delicious poor man's meal, says Reddit. Today's date is the 12th. No, it's not. The time is 12:40. There you are. So it's 20 minutes till 1, something like that. Also, it is Thursday the 14th, 2020. What's a poor man's good meal? Pancakes, apparently. Also, my grandma grew up during the Depression. She said her mother saved pancakes for dinner, so often she got sick of them, and when she left the house she never made pancakes again. Man, that is true. When I was growing up, it was in the feckin' Scouts, and they didn't wash the pans. We were making pancakes with mucky, dirty pans. I don't know why there was muck in the pans, but there was. And loads of people were like, oh, there's muck and stones in my fucking pancakes. And I've never been able to look a pancake in the eye since. I'm very suspicious. It's mad how little things stick with you like that, isn't it? Similar. What happened to my dad? This is the next comment, by the way. My grandma said Meatloaf a lot. My dad ended up hating Meatloaf and asked my mom never to do it for him. Thus, we never had Meatloaf growing up. I learnt that I like Meatloaf. I learnt that I like Meatloaf, and I'm sad I missed it for so long. Jeepers. And Jay Barrett in response says, my husband is the same. He never wants meatloaf, pasta and jarred sauce, or macaroni and cheese. It's proper lad food, macaroni and cheese. It's fucking, you can't argue with macaroni and cheese, it's solid. There's a little family of robins nesting behind the shed, and that's why you're able to hear a fucking load of robins going at it non-stop. They think it's absolutely gas, chirping away while I'm trying to be a professional podcaster here. I went out and started giving out to them before the show. I said, listen, you're going to have to move out. Do you ever see birds like walking around on the grass? Now give me a minute. I have a point. Give me a minute. I know this seems a bit wild, but you'd be there looking at the birds. And I generally have no time for birds because I'm just like, too busy fucking looking at my phone and going, what's... But I got big into what this whole just standing there and fucking staring at nature crack. And, boy, jeez, the answers are all to life are all fucking in front of you. It's fucking mental. The robins and the other birds, they just walk around and jam their face into the ground and pick a worm out. Fucking mental. And I'm just like, how do they know where the worms are? Like, apparently they bang their fucking feet on the ground, and the fucking worms think it's raining. They come up. Oh, what's this? Bit of water. Have a gup of that. Birds can hear them and just go fucking wham. I'll have you. And some of the birds have got 5 worms in their mouth at the one time, and then they fly off. Fucking hell. Officially an old man. By God, they're fucking brilliant. Absolutely mind blowing. habit. Today, one of the things we're talking about is people robbing ATMs in Ireland. There's a bunch of videos. It's absolutely, I think it was in Ashburn. This is in Meath. Like fucking crazy things. An ATM is they have a money machine in the wall. And last night I was on, you know, fucking shoplifting buzz. So I was watching professional shoplifters, and oh my god, there was ones from Ireland, like they had RTE documentaries, and they're following this woman around, professional shoplifter. Oh my fuck. She says it's like part of one of the industry tricks is to bring the pram around with a load of kids, because the guards don't want to arrest kids and stuff. And oh my fuck. Yeah, seem to be a big fan of just. I thought they'd have some big fucking covert method, but apparently a lot. It just seems like stick it under the jacket when the security guard isn't looking. It's like pretty basic stuff, and just carrying fucking loads of shit, loads and loads of shit. Like, she was in a toy shop. If anyone's ever heard of Smith's Toy Shop on I think it's down Henry Street. She just went in there, got a fucking load of just games, and just stocked them all up. Like she's literally just got up the high. She just stands around the door, fucking looking around, the security guard there, and then she just walks out. It's like fucking mind blown. This is a professional thief. Like it's her full-time job. She does it like all day, every day. Christ. And they were saying like, why you robbing and all that? And she says, I'm on the heroin. It's like, oh lad, on the heroin. She's on the heroin. So it's an expensive habit. So yeah. Then of course the feels got me. It started being hilarious, and I was like, human pain, and she was seeing her fucking kids started robbing. Her kids started robbing Mars bars, and she was trying to like just go like, don't be robbing. Like, she was saying she only started robbing like when she was 24 or something. So, oh my god, oh my lads, life's mad, isn't it? Apparently, I didn't know this, but there's a thing called like a tinfoil handbag, and they get a handbag, and I think it's filled with tinfoil, and then you can put whatever you want in the handbag in the shop, and that stops the alarm going off on the outside because it's like sealed in tinfoil. I think it might be. Yeah, I don't know the technical details, but tinfoil bag, mental. And then another trick they have is bags with false bottoms. So they be talking to the staff clerk and put the bag down, and then they have their hand in their bag, pretend they're rooting for something. And really, they're just fucking wiping shit out, getting loads of stuff from the shelf. So yeah, bags with false bottoms, and it seems like just literally jamming a load of stuff in the back of a pram. I don't know. I was just watching videos just to see like fucking hell. Like, you know, you'd see the odd shoplifter in life, and you just be like, fucking hell, how are these lads getting away with like just fucking taking low, just like not a lot, just like not being subtle at all. Just like come into a shop, open their bag up, right? Taking the entire shelf of one particular product, zipping it up, just walking out, and it's like, oh my fuck. Anyway. She was saying stuff like some of her friends go to the female prison for a break, like when they get fucking stressed out, and their heads wrecked at home and stuff. Just fucking the idea of going to prison for a relaxing break. I don't know, maybe she was just like, I'd say she was just playing it off, like just going over hard flip kind of thing. I doubt she actually, but yeah, just looking into Dublin life and kind of people you have to rob, I guess. Controversial enough. It's robbing toy shops, like robbing scooters, stuff you see every day. Oh jeez, you start watching stuff because you think, oh, this would be fucking brilliant. And she was saying she does crack. I was like, oh my Jesus, you got 3 kids and you're doing crack? Because she's not like a childminder as well. Oh my word. Anyway, it's all fun. It's all good or whatever. Jesus. I don't know. Fucking hell. I won't beat you. I think when you're younger, you know, you just think, people on drugs and poor people who rob are the devil and they're awful. But when they get interviewed, they're just like, oh shit, they just sound like all my friends or whatever. And they just like made some horrifically bad choices. Apparently a lot of people on drugs say the drugs are grand. It's the choices you make on them. Like Scott Storch, the big famous record producer, came out with Dr. Dre, 2001. Played worked on loads of hits with fucking everything. But yeah, he started doing pink cocaine, he says. And he said everything was grand, went very well, but then I just started buying ridiculous shit. Like he started buying yachts and buying a fleet of cars, because I think he was saying his ego got inflated and all this stuff, and then he said he stopped working. And yeah, Jesus. So yeah, it leads to very bad decisions, you know. The old drugs, when you try to escape reality, you're just taking a back seat. I was a single mom in university. To strengthen my budget, I made homemade soup. Every day for years I had homemade soup for lunch, and sometimes for dinner too. Right, this goes into feeding things. Alright, today's episode is sponsored by Liam Neeson, Jonathan Riseworth, Gabriel Byrne, Stuart Townsend, Adrian Quinn, Dennis Lele. Also, why are all these men? Stuart Townsend, Adrian Quinn, Grant, Dennis Lee, C.S. Lewis, Olivia Wilde, Mel Gibson. What, really? Angela Landy, Melissa Bart. So there you are. Fair play to all those people. Boolabus. Violently depressed, anxiety won't let me rest. Negativity is a liar. My subconscious is a cunt. Stranded inside my mind, this happens to me all the time. Negativity is a liar. My subconscious is a cunt. Sometimes I just need to not give a fuck. And sometimes I just need to get fucked up and party and love, and party and love, and party and love, and party and love, party and love, party and love. Fucks me up. I hate being upset about how I look. I need to stop trying to please people. and do what I want. I only have to please myself. I don't have to please anyone else, so get the fuck out of my bed. You make me feel awful. Sometimes I just need to not give a fuck. Ladies, sometimes I just need to get fucked up and party and love and party and love and party and love and party and love, party and love, party and love. Satan is mad at me 'cause I came on his knee. He wants to kick me out of hell for being disrespectful. I only have to please myself. I don't have to please anyone else, so get the fuck out of my bed. You make me feel awful. Sometimes I just need to not give a fuck. Oh shit. You can see the podcast. And sometimes I just need to get fucked up and party and love and party and love and party and love and party and love, party and love, party and love. We're back, people. The robins are out. They're tweeting hard today. PSA: today is a Wednesday. Tomorrow will be Thursday. I hope this helps. A lot of people saying they're losing track of the day. Oh god. I was listening to the old podcast, listened to myself yesterday, and all I could hear was fucking dogs barking and birds tweeting. I thought I didn't think you guys could hear it. Chill out there and have an old sup. So I was having a chat with some family member there. And I said, geez, 800 years and all that. She said, oh, yeah, never forget. I was like, fucking hell. So anyway, we're having a chat about, the resentment that fucking was it Irish people have for fucking English people. Just to do it, Ireland, 1916, how 800 years of British rule led to violent rebellion on Easter Monday. Hey, how many years were the British lads in rule? That's a dog barking. She's saying Brits out. I think that's you should keep your voice down. That doesn't come across very well. The 800 years of English rule in Ireland normally began nominally, 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 in 1169, when an army of the English barons, actually Cambro-Norman, being the mix of Welsh and Norman nobles, landed in Waterford. Fucking, it's always fucking Waterford, isn't it? fucking letting the team down. And quickly captured the 2 Hebrew Hiberno Viking ports on Wexford and Waterford. There you are. When was Ireland colonised by the thing? Yeah, so we're having a chat about fucking. We only just got the Brits out of Ireland and all this stuff 50, 60 years. I was like, oh jeez, this is very fucking. What is this? Normally this person isn't so aggressive and stuff. But they were fucking normally quite a level-headed person. Just fucking the rage. Yeah, I don't know, fucking bits and bobs. But you saying there, you know, everyone's at it. Apparently, the Irish used to go to France and other parts of Europe and go getting slaves from France and other parts of Europe. Irish lads. It's not fucking. This is before the Brits. So everyone was fucking at it. Irish people were going around fucking robbing people as slaves. This is fucking insane. Apparently, it was a big taboo to have a slave of someone who wasn't your colour. I don't know, I was looking into all these slave trade routes. Not because I'm looking to get a lot of slaves, but anyway. But yeah, it was just mad. They were going into, like, you know how they were saying mad stuff like slave isn't racist and all this stuff. Listen, I don't know. I'm so baffled by the whole slave thing. But I thought it was fascinating that even the fucking Irish lads were going around fucking making slaves and being cunts, like. So everyone's at it. It just seems in general the bigger power force these smaller power into slavery. It's fucking mad. And it keeps, for some reason, it keeps going back to fucking ants. Ants go to their neighbouring colony and kidnap them and either eat them or generally they make them work for them, which is just like fucking ants, like, just, yeah. And then what else they do? They'll also just fucking eat them if they get bored of them or hungry or something. What the fuck? What is going on? So it seems like everyone's at it, like. The Irish are going around fucking getting slaves, but then when the English enslaved us, we were like, oh, here, you can't be doing that. That's. So I don't know. It all seems a bit recent and, jeez, it's just mad. It's just mad. Racism just seems very silly, just because, you know, we are all at it. I was researching a lot of Irish gang violence there, but every time I research it, I'm like, oh jeez, I'm afraid to say this because it's a bit too close to home. So I was researching the old Kinahans and the Hutches there last night. But oh Jesus, I don't know. I know, friends of friends of friends of friends and so on, and oh jeez, it's fucking mad. In case no one knows what I'm talking about, there's two big Irish cartel. There's fucking the Hutches and the Kinahans, and they had a big row there. The guards said, "Yo, Hutches and Kinahans, out you hop of Ireland there." Kind of, not really, but kind of. And what was happening since then was all the dealers who were protected by either Kinahans or Hutches were no longer protected, and they all got fucking shot. And then lads, they're called like the Gucci gang, and they're just like a breed of flash new drug dealers, because drug dealers they're normally pretty young because they fucking die. I'm just talking about. I'm making massive generalizations here. It's a very short career. It's a very brief, short career. But you know that crime doesn't pay. Did Ireland have slaves? Yeah, apparently fucking Irish lads. Going around looking for wives. And then I was like, wives? Are you fucking mad? And then they were like, oh shit, fucking... Everyone was at it, looking for wives. How do you just go to some place, fucking kill her husband and enslave everyone and then look for a wife? I don't know. I just don't know how these fucking lads got away with, like... That's all. That's all. Yeah. There was apparently to keep the peace, the rich kings and all that, they used to sell off their daughters and brothers. No, their kids. Now what I mean by that is they used to get their kids fostered by the neighbouring king or whatever, so that there wouldn't be war between the kingdoms. Isn't that mad? They're like, you look after my kid, I'll look after your kid, so then we won't be fighting. And on a similar level, like France and Germany, or just different countries, the rich aristocracy or whatever would, to keep the peace, they would marry people from different countries and all, and so on. Just bonkers, absolutely bonkers. These lads, these fucking birds need their own podcast, man. Like, they don't. You guys don't need me here. I'm just here for the birds, the feathered kind. Yeah, darling. Irish Cartel. It's mad. You'd be hearing all sorts of stories on WhatsApp and that, but it's hard to know what's fucking true. My reputation's keeping this podcast for, what's that word called? Integrity. Oh, sure, it's grand. Boop. Shambolic this is the journal. Shambolic government told to go back to drawing board. Who comes up with these fucking this? Alright, now. Praise the Lord. Give praise. Jesus loves you. Or whichever. Allah loves you. Whatever God you believe in loves you. A shambolic government told to go back to the drawing board over failed childcare scheme. Alright, there you are. Scouts Ireland report and abuse finds cover up. See, Pancakes. What did I tell you? I should put a claim in. I can't look a pancake in the eye, man. Anytime I see a pancake, I just break into a fucking panic of sweat. I have to go crying in the corner, man. People are like, do you want some maple syrup in your chips? Fucking panic attack, man. Panic attack. The man and woman who were relation to fatal things. Have you broke? Oh, okay. We got a nice comment here. That I think you might. I'm trying to create relatable content that, reflection of human life and just daily activities. Isn't that nice? Alright, so we're going to have a little look at a little poll. And so it just says, how have you broken any COVID-19 lockdown rules? So just this light-hearted little bit of just light-heartedness. So it says fucking yes, no, all the rest of it. And I'm going to click no because I'm a good citizen, of course. and I'm voting away. And what are people fucking voting? Here we go. Yes, says everyone. Yes, but only once or twice. Jesus. Yes, but only once or twice. So, jeez, that's nearly everyone. What's that? Fucking 44%. And then no say 30% ish, and 20% ish say regularly. So I know all those numbers I said don't add up to 100, but sure, look. Hear me now. 33 he says. Oh gee, he's a trendy boy. He's doing this whole thing. Oh, I have a mask over my head. I'm fucking with the times, man. Not this time, but on the previous 18 coronaviruses, this lad knows too much. Turd in the punch bowl, man. 15. That was a good one. I remember stealing through the bushes past the cops with a gimp mask for my husband, and a bouncy castle for the little one. Fun times. Alright, we'll keep going. Owen O'Neill says, now there is a mental image. Logan Shepherd chimes in. Got a picture of himself with a big dog. Oh my god. Did you ever watch those shows where people are in love with mad shit? Like in love with roller coasters. There's a whole thing out, Strange Love, and a load of lads fucking having their way with balloons. They got big balloon collections, and they're like, oh, I got all different colours and all this stuff. Oh Jesus. Whatever you're into, but oh fucking hell. After reading this article, I think the poll should have been, did you judge anyone for breaking the rules on lockdown? Oh! Judge not, yea, bust and trust, as they say in the Bible. Yes, all those. I was in the park today. There was so many people in the park, it's a disgrace. Them ones, says another lad. Green Lentils chimes in. What's a non-essential item that you may buy to me? How to decide? Who decides? Right, we're getting fucking philosophical here. And, of course, they're all chiming in. I was in Tesco's and they made the makeup section closed, but you could still buy false nails. I queued up for nearly, this is David Garland, so shout out to David Garland. I queued for nearly an hour to get into the Rage, and when you got in, 80% of the shop was taped off. Very relatable. It's happened to a lot of us. Half an aisle would have sticker on the product saying this is not for sale, as it is non-essential item. Board games, jigsaws and the like were not for sale, which I thought was ridiculous. I could see someone snapping like Michael Douglas in Falling Down Before All This Is Over. Falling Down Before, that must be a reference to a film. Falling Down Before. What is the meaning? To drop or decede under force of gravity to my thighs. Right, here we go. Scouts. What are the Scouts up to? Okay. Gary O'Connor says, Cover Up by Fine Gael. Oh, Jesus. Alright. You are some gobdaw, says the commenter reply to that comment, and sound closer to Sinn Féin territory to me. Right, just a load of lads going, oh, this government, that government. So, alright. Paul Coonan says, this is Ireland. You don't get anywhere in Ireland without a bit of cronyism. That's CRONYISM. Ireland ripe for coronavirus. Says hello Dave. Brian Dunn says, cronyism in Ireland, well I never. Sean Ryden, whoever is involved in this cronyism no doubt got rewarded for it. Jesus. Alan, so this is just to do with scouting abuse in Ireland. I'm not sure what the abuse was. Sexual abuse. Standard. Unfortunately. There's a brilliant YouTuber. At least he's very highly entertaining, and he's recommended by, I don't know. I heard feckin' Buds from Hardy Books talk about it, and I was like, oh jeez. Okay. When I watch interviews, I generally, if they mention something, I fucking Google it and say, oh jeez, I'll check that one out. So yeah, he mentioned this crime lad, and basically he just goes through. It's a book, and it's a video book on how he went through prison and stuff. So I was watching it there. I was having an old cock. I was watching it. His name is Larry, Larry Lawton. Lawton. He's a jewellery thief or something. He likes playing the hard man, to be honest. He likes saying like stuff like, yeah, I just fucking shoved his face into the wall until there was blood, and you just, he starts the video off like that, and you're like, fucking hell. Right, sure, I'll give this a watch. Yes, this lad's alright. Yeah. And then he has all these kind of weird protocols that he has to do something as if it's his kind of, his duty as a prisoner to do these things. And it's always fucking retarded. I'm sorry. That's, yeah, I don't know. He seems like a nice lad, but fuck me, like, just, oh my god. He definitely just would not be arsed meeting up for him pints, because he's the kind of lad who'd just be like, oh jeez, I like your hair, and he'd take it the wrong way and just fucking, I don't know. He's not the kind of lad who'd forgive you for banging his wife, and I'd just be like, I just let it slip, like, your wife's a hoe. Anyway. So, what was very interesting is, I'm a big fan of murder cases, all sorts of wacky psychology traits that are unorthodox within humans. Find it fascinating and all this stuff. Just like to learn about it as a bit of a hobby to help communicate better. As Elon Musk was talking about, when you're talking to someone, you're using a form of like file compression. So you have your thoughts, and you have to use a file compression to try and make it, to express it. You've only got a certain amount of language accessible to everyone. So you might be like, yes, I feel fine. And that's like a poor compression of how you feel. And then that compression has to be decompressed by the other person. So, and that's open to their interpretation of reality. So it's a very poor method of communication. And there's a lot of people who are fucking shy to communicating, and some people are shy to reading body language and so on. So, this lad, that was Elon Musk, this lad, some lad wasn't washing his hands or something. He, to be honest, his cellmate was fucking pissing all over the place. But this lad, he said, oh yeah, I gave out to him like 8 times, he wouldn't stop it, so he just fucking beat the shit out of him. Yeah. He did an episode on people who were involved with rape. Rape, and particularly rape of juveniles. So this particular guy said it's like it's like some kind of honour or something. I don't know. He said the reason you don't have, when you're in prison, you're not allowed, you have your casework, is so other prisoners won't know if you're a sex offender or, I can't remember the other one, is it a political offender? Ex-cop or whatever. But this lad, anyway, he said you can just ring someone if you're in the know. This lad rang his lawyer or something, I was like, oh hey, could you check out this cellmate for me? What's he in for? So he likes to, when he gets a cellmate, he likes to know exactly what their crime is. This particular lad, Larry Lawton, anyway. So he'd be in the cell, all going well, kind of making mates with the lad. I don't know how these things work. I've always just been fascinated, like, what is up with these lads? As soon as you lock up a load of lads, they just want to fucking arse rape each other and fucking beat the shit out of each other, and then somehow claim it's honourable. And it's like, lad, come on. What are you doing? How do you expect people to respect you when you're just beating the shit out of lads? Anyway, I've never been in prison. I don't know what I'm talking about. These are just first kind of thoughts that popped in the old head. So yeah, I was watching anyway. So I was loving it. I was hanging on his every word, and then he kind of got a bit waffly. But yeah, so he's in the old prison, and he's there, and he rings his lawyer to find out. Oh, here's the case number or whatever, and depending on what the serial number is, you can tell what crime the lad did. But anyway, it's in there, has a cellmate or whatever, and he found out the lad was paedophile, and he beat the living shit out of him. And that was like an honourable thing, and like it was honourable in the prison and all that stuff, which is kind of like fair enough, I guess. Kind of, I don't know. It's kind of a bit of a head fuck, but it's just mad that there's some kind of honour of just beating the shit out of, like, you don't like the lad's going, whatever crime it is, the lad's getting punished, and then he goes to the prison and he gets beaten up, and then every time, I don't know, like, how many times do you have to get beaten up? Like, anyway, there's some crimes that are unforgivable, isn't that right? Society. Yeah, it's very interesting. Big into just what the things that he finds like deserve respect. Would just be like, lad, this is why no one wants to talk to you, because you're going around fucking beating the shit out of people for not fucking washing their hands. Like, you can't be smashing lads' faces into the fucking. That's why you're locked up. Like, keep doing stupid shit like that. But anyway, he's a professional jewel thief, highly entertaining. As I said, I only kind of half listened to it, so I don't have the facts in place. But yeah, my favourite thing about the channel is he is his kind of he has like how-to guides on how to like light a cigarette using a battery, and like just a battery and a fucking piece of wire and stuff. So, fuck. And he has just loads of stuff for like how to boil water when you don't have a kettle and all this stuff. And so yeah, but that's why I watched it, because he just goes into prison life and he's like, oh, what's it like in the hole and all this stuff. And from what he's saying, he just seems like each time he went to a prison, the guards just beat the living shit out of him for the crack. I don't know. I thought I knew one thing about human nature, but apparently not. Like, why would you fucking start beating the shit out of some lad just because they're new? I don't know. Just all seems a bit childish, like. Anyway, what do I know? It's hard to know what to believe. Ba-ba-bum-ba-bum. But this is the kind of shit that keeps people. It's kind of good though, because if they didn't have all this mess, and I might be like, oh jeez, I might rob a PlayStation out of the toy shop like that woman did with her kids and stuff. You'd be like, oh yeah. So it's definitely a good deterrent. The thought of just fucking prison guards just beating the shit out of you just for being alive, like, it's like, what the fuck? It's a fucking wild one. It's a fucking wild one. It's fucking wild. Flippin' wild. very primal, like. Yeah, definitely blew my mind. I'm a massive fan of those, just, oh man, all this fucking mad shit, like, just lads start raping each other when they're in fucking prison. It's like, what the fuck is that, lads? Like, and then they go, oh, it's not gay if I'm fucking giving it to them or some shit. Absolute chancers. Sure, listen, I don't know. I'm very fascinated. Oh my god. There's so many great prison interviews. It was like neo-Nazis having sex with transgenders. All grand. But not even transgenders, just lads with long hair or whatever. And but these are like white supremacists with loads of tattoos. It's entertaining because of the juxtaposition or whatever of someone who's fucking hell. And the interviews, they'd be like, oh, does your wife know that you're having sex with a lad in prison? And he's just like, nah, haven't told her. It's like, do you have kids at home? He's like, yeah, I have kids. I'm not no fag. I was like, what? I'm not no fag, man. I'm just doing it while in prison or whatever the fuck it is. Oh, Jesus. I'm so confused. But the mad thing is, like, you think yourself as, I don't know, but if you're in prison, fucking hell. Loads of lads apparently just fucking miss the fucking touch of someone else, like. Oh, Jesus. It'd be fucking awkward enough, whatever your sexual preference is, to have a different sexual preference just out of, like, necessity, like, oh my god, just riding a fucking donkey or something because there's nothing else. Now, I say donkey, I mean actual farm animal, just because whatever's around or whatever, but oh my god. Listen, I'm just jealous. Isn't that right? So yeah, it's mad. Absolutely bonkers. It's the Vegan Steven podcast. I was in Tesco and the makeup section was closed. Yeah, I had that already. Imagine if we were all back in the 1950s, says Yotala, where Megadyne laundries existed and pregnant unmarried women were pretty much shunned and obscured from Irish society, and the headline was targeted towards them with the words, "Have you broken any chastity vows?" In response to this, Honeybee says, the same mindset prevails. That of judging others. You would imagine we had learned something from our dark past, but eventually not. Carry on. So, these lads are pointing out the human nature here. And Yelta replies to Honeybee, she says, I know, I'll probably get slammed for writing this, but it just goes to show that judgment piss Irish people can be. Just goes to show how what judgmental priests. I don't know, it just says PR and then it's all X'd out, so I don't know what the word is. It's PR. Is that pricks? Do you have to bleep the word pricks? I thought you were going to say that on the radio. Anyway, David says if there's any cat tax refund, cars are idle during lockdown. Oh, he must have meant car. Okay. Yes, if you take your car out on the road and notify the motor tax department, you won't have to pay tax on it. Same as always. There you are. Don't say the Vegan Steven podcast is not educational. But do say, let's try another one. Many of the countries did not have a lockdown and are same or better. Shade, as in Ireland today. Shape as in right. My quote of the day is, she's just a big old shade tree. So shade is when you're throwing shade, like throwing judgment or something at someone. Throwing there's shade, judging someone, throwing shade, being shady. But being a shade tree is like you're throwing shade all the time. You're just fucking, how good is that? Big old shade tree. I love that. I always assumed that they were advisories, not rules. Oh jeez. Gabriel Holmes went on a 4K instead of a 2K cycle. Badass. Honeybee chimes in. Say 3 Our Fathers, 3 Hail Marys, and a glory to the Father. Clean the candlebacks that dripped from the pennies candles on your way out. Oh, and I'm still telling your mother, Gabriel Holmes, a bicycle. A bicycle? Right. Pat says, broke one going to buy a bottle of Dettol. Did you feel saucy? Says the... Alright. World News! Yeah, so ATM robberies, right? There's an ATM robbery there in Ashburn. Right. So you're thinking to yourself, right, ATM, how do you get that out of the wall? Flip, I don't know. These lads just showed up with a JCB and they fucking just bashed just rammed the fucking wall through in like there's like a centre street or something, like a town street or something. I was watching the video footage of it. They were at it for the good 10 minutes and not a peep out of anyone. It's fucking wild. I was watching a load of videos of people like reversing into shop fronts and all this stuff, trying to fucking break jewellery thief and all this stuff. Because I was watching this other prisoner, he's like, oh, I went to fucking jewellery thief. I was like, how would you even do a robbery or whatever? But yeah, there was a trend for a while where people were driving into shopping malls, just smashing through the fucking shopping mall, driving around and then reversing into fucking shops and then going in, looting the place and then driving out. Absolutely mental. Driving a car into a shopping mall. Yeah, lads robbing ATMs. ATM's a robbery money machine. So ATM Ashburn, 2 masked, 1 robbing. That was August 2017. Sought in Sterling photo. Man caught ATM military operation robbed in. Oh shit! It was military operation. Dundalk containing 2,000 euro. Yeah, but yeah, just show up with a fucking JCB, like a JCB. Rip the whole thing apart, put it on the back of a truck, leave the JCB there and fucking drive off. Fucking mad. Apparently a lot of these things are like fundraising missions for... But, who knows. Mental. ATM robberies, just... I was just standing with my jaw open, just being like, this is so impressive. How did they get away with this? Like, scene of double ATM theft in Dundalk on the main street. Are you fucking kidding me? This is April 4th. Scene of double ATM. That's independent.ie. Video captures ATM gang doing robbery. This is fucking wild. Sorry, let's make sure this sound's turned off, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Where are they getting these JCBs from? And there's people who live on the main. Here's a main street on Dundalk. The other one was Ashburn. Like, no one's around. They're just like, no one's coming out of their house. Like, just baffled. They're interviewing people on the street, they're just everyday people, and they were like, fucking oh my god, they even have the fucking rental truck here for the JCB. This is Dundalk Town or whatever. They brought the fucking truck in with the JCB, and they're just doing the fucking building work, ripping out the ATMs. They're putting it into a fucking trailer. Gee, there's two cars, a JCB and a truck, and this is insane. And then they're just driving off. This is the craziest thing ever. So I guess they rob the JCB or something, and then do the deed and then drive off with the ATM or something. That's fucking wild. But they were interviewing the lads in Ashburn, and they're just like, how did no one fucking hear or see anything? And no one was testifying. Dundalk, just, that is fucking insane. Oh my god, absolutely insane. I know the place where this Dundalk thing was. There's people living like. People live like right. You definitely fucking, particularly at night, you would hear. Oh my god. ATM robberies is fucking wild. What is Ireland up to, like? This is crazy. Theft occurred at two ATMs from banks on the main street of Dundalk overnight, the early hours. Two vehicles were set alight at Dundalk Garda station to hinder Garda response to the incidents. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? That's very well prepared. The raiders were intercepted by members of Garda Armed Support Unit following a traffic pursuit across the border to Northern Ireland. Shit. They got caught. That's insane. That's so ambitious, like. Like, you just be wondering, like, these lads, if they put the same amount of effort into something else that wasn't illegal, man, they'd be fucking millionaires. Anyway, I'm just so fucking impressed. Anyway. But it's wrong. It's wrong. Don't be doing it. Goes without saying, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. So, people are noticing a lot of hard power and soft power from Chinese, what's that called? State media on TikTok. My Strange Love, talking, people fall in love with balloons, roller coasters, all sorts of mad shit. People robbing ATMs. And Irish cartel. Okay, lads, so take care of yourselves. I'll leave it there. Three held for South Armagh, stealing ATMs in Dundalk. ATM digger gangs become untouchables, RTE. Fuck now. It's absolutely wild. And any other little bits, just checking the news here to make sure you get the best. US claims Chinese hackers have tried to steal information about coronavirus vaccine. And any other little bits. Discrimination. We had bottles thrown at us. A woman spit on us. 6 in 10 LGBT people avoid holding hands in public. 6 in 10. That must be a statistic. Okay. Yeah. Not fair and all that stuff. And Clonbassel Street, War of Independence, Miles grenade made safe after being found in Dublin